The Navy found something on their submarine that science still can't explain. November 1968. The USS Stein, a nuclear attack submarine, returned to port in California after a routine patrol in the Pacific. The crew was tired. The boat was damaged. But when maintenance crews hauled the hull out of the water for inspection, they found something that shouldn't exist. Covering nearly the entire sonar dome, the most sensitive acoustic equipment on the vessel, were thousands of organic marks, gouges, scratches, deliberate damage, as if something had attacked the hull with purpose, with intention, for miles. The Navy's first theory was simple: rocks, ice, coral, normal wear, but the pattern was too organized. The marks converged, they clustered, they showed behavior. The damage suggested not random collision, but something alive, something feeding. Scientists were called in. Marine biologists examined the scratches under magnification. What they found was even stranger: residue, organic material embedded in the grooves, fragments of some creature's tissue clinging to the metal like evidence of a crime scene. The prevailing theory became barnacles, aggressive, mutant barnacles, but here's where it gets odd. The marks were too large, too coordinated. Barnacles don't behave this way. They don't organize, they don't hunt in formation, they don't leave marks that suggest intelligence. The Navy released a report. Officially, it was biological. Unofficially, the details didn't add up. Sailors who served on the Stein spoke of hearing sounds, strange, rhythmic clicking against the hull at night, sounds that seemed to follow the boat, sounds that stopped when they changed course. Some theorists suggested deep-sea squid, giant cephalopods capable of coordinated attacks. Others whispered about unknown species entirely, creatures so rare, so elusive, that science had never documented them. The ocean, after all, remains 95% unexplored. What makes the USS Stein case distinct isn't the mystery itself, it's the credibility. These weren't conspiracy theorists or UFO enthusiasts. These were trained naval personnel, scientists, military engineers, people with everything to lose by speaking publicly. The submarine's captain filed an official report. The damage was documented, photographs were taken, and then, quietly, the case was filed away. No further investigation, no public disclosure, just silence and the lingering question: what attacked a nuclear submarine and why? Decades later, declassified records surfaced. The Navy's own scientists had been divided. Some believed the marks were animal, others suspected technology, perhaps Soviet submarines testing new weapons, but the evidence pointed elsewhere. The attacks were too precise, too biological. One theory, rarely discussed in official channels, suggests a previously unknown deep-sea organism, possibly a colonial creature, multiple organisms acting as one intelligence, like a jellyfish swarm, but with purpose, with hunger, with the ability to recognize and pursue a moving target. The USS Stein was decommissioned in 1993. The hull, scarred and mysterious, was eventually scrapped. No further biological samples were ever recovered. No creature was ever identified. No explanation was ever confirmed. What attacked the Stein remains unknown. Whether it was a known species behaving in unprecedented ways or something entirely undiscovered, science has no definitive answer. The ocean keeps its secrets, and the Navy keeps its files. What makes this case resonate isn't the lack of answers. It's the implication: we believe we understand the ocean. We believe we've mapped its creatures. We believe we know what lurks in the deep. The USS Stein suggests otherwise. Thousands of unidentified species exist in waters we've barely explored. New creatures are discovered every year. Some are small, some are massive. Some behave in ways that challenge our understanding of biology entirely. The Stein's encounter might have been with one of them. Or it might have been something else entirely, something that doesn't fit our categories, something that intelligence suggests we're not meant to understand. Not yet, not with the tools we have. The USS Stein's hull bore witness to an encounter we'll likely never fully comprehend. And somewhere in the Pacific, in waters deeper than most submarines dare venture, something continues its life. Unnamed, unidentified, unknown. Every week, we uncover stories the official record tried to bury. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Subscribe, there's a new unsolved case every week.